In a long distance relationship or marriage, couples face unique challenges due to physical separation. Now, the distance can strain communication, intimacy, trust, and shared experiences. However, with effective communication, trust building, and the use of technology, couples can maintain emotional connection and strengthen their bond despite the difference. You heard that? It requires resilience, understanding, and commitment to navigate the obstacles and sustain a healthy relationship. You're welcome to Insight today. I am Jumai Manson. Today I'm being joined by Mrs. Omolmi Helen Oduyemi. She's the CEO, Helen Genius Agro Products Limited. And also all the way from the UK, I will be joined by Anthony J. He is a business and commercial expert. Don't go anywhere. The program continues shortly. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Insight today. We're going to be looking at long-distance relationship, the ups and the downs. And like I said from the beginning of the introduction, I said I will be joined by Mrs. Helen, and she's here to intimate us on what it entails to have a long-distance relationship or marriage. All right, Miss Helen, are you here? Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, I'm here.
It's great to have you on the program Insight today. Thank you for joining in.
It's my pleasure.
All right, Mrs. Helen. Now, I want to ask, I told you that I'll be talking about long-distance relationships, whether it's courtship, whether it's marriage, everything encompassed. Now, how does distance impact communication between partners in a long-distance relationship?
Okay, from my experience, I will say that it has its own pros and cons. It has its own negative impact, and I think that the negative impact supersedes the positive side of it. For example, when you talk about raising children, especially raising children, it's not that easy to raise children alone. Sometimes you need the comfort of the mother, and then you need the tenderness of the father. So it depends on how couples can blend it together. But when you talk of long relationship where you stay apart for so much long time, I don't buy into it. It has negative impact on the relationship. Um, few weeks ago, my husband traveled for a specific program, and we are always talking on phone, conversing every day, and I think that we are fine. But when he came back, I noticed that the joy, I was extremely happy. And I told him, I said, what about people that they don't even see each other in a year or in 2 years? This is just like 1 month program. And I did not even know that I missed him that much. So it puts a strain on relationship when you have long distance. But then communication, fine. You can always use phone, you can do Zoom. But at the same time, we have to look for a way to make it as we should not allow that time to be too long, either in
Okay.
courtship or in marriage. That's what I think.
All right, Mrs. Helen, let's quickly go on a very quick break. The program continues shortly. Please don't stop soon.
So frankly speaking, it is now time for Nigerians to see that Global TV has come and has come to stay.
Just 1 year. This is a plus for Global Television.
My take on Global TV presence on DSTV, first of all, I must say is a great feat. And in this new age, it takes technology to take over.
I believe that Global TV coming into the arena will change the context of international broadcasting in Nigeria.
But I believe that Global TV has come not just to give us anything but the truth and the valued information that we need at hand.
I think Global TV presence will make a very great difference among all other channels. Their presence now on DSTV stations is going to make a very lot of difference among others.
Really believe with the pedigree and the reputation Global TV has gathered for themselves for the last 1 year of their being in existence and being in operation, they are really going to change, have a lot of impact on the digital perspective of TV broadcasting.
New height with this new feat, you are actually going to make us proud, especially within the content that you are delivering for the Nigerian people.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Is the desk on Global Television.
Nigeria, come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians. We are the Canadians because
that this country gets it right.
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Get a shot in, squares it, into the back.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
That goal! Beautiful work from the wingers.
Global Television is people's television. It's for the people. They focus on the contents of deliverables.
Global Television, channel 365 on your DSTV, the station to watch for your news and current affairs. Hey! This is Global Television, channel 365 on DSTV, the station to watch for your news and current affairs. This is Global Television,
Channel 365 on DSTV, a station to watch for current affairs and other societal news. Keep watching live.
Watching Global TV on DSTV Channel 3.
Short break, and we're back. We're better now, and of course I am joined by Mrs. Helen, and she's just telling us what long distance relationship, the ups and downs, what it entails. Miss Helen, are you here with us now?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, now from the female angle, what's the emotional challenges that can arise from being in a long distance relationship or marriage?
Okay. Yeah, the emotional challenge that people can have is the inability to really connect. You know, sometimes when you are talking from, you want to pass across something important to your spouse, and you feel that that thing will bring a lot of benefits to the family. For example,
all right. Looking at now, how does the lack of physical intimacy affect a marriage when partners are apart?
Did I hear you clearly, please?
Mrs. Helen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Now, I want to ask a question now. How does lack of physical intimacy affect a marriage or a relationship when they're apart? The individual is not there at the right time when he or she needs his or her partner and all of that. Someone to talk to, the communication, the bond. How does it affect a relationship or marriage of individuals who are apart?
Okay. The way it affects relationships in specific ways. And like I said the other time, when you have distance in relationship and you are not seeing each other, there's a lot of emotional disconnect. You might be trying to impress something to the heart of the other partner, and you are saying the right thing, but the person is not getting the right feelings. And people usually make decisions based on feelings, what they feel, how they feel about something. So most time it puts in prayer, you have to put in extra work to convince your spouse for you to make a decision. But if you are together, if it's not a long distance relationship, most time you are experiencing the same thing at the same time, at the same speed. So it gives you that opportunity to make the same decision faster than couples who are staying in different places. So I would say that emotionally it puts a strain on the emotions, it puts pressure on the emotions when couples stay too far apart.
All right, Miss Helen. Now, I want to ask a question now. Is it possible for long-distance relationship and marriage to work quickly now so that I can quickly call on our next guest who will be throwing more light on long-distance relationships and the ups and downs?
Yeah, it is very possible for long-distance relationship to work. It's just that it's going to add more prayer to the prayer of relating with another individual, which comes with its own baggage. So it's going to work, but then they have to put in more work in knowing each other better, understanding how they are going to be communicating. They have to put in standing orders for each other, just like something to govern the relationship. So I believe that it can work. It's just that it takes more effort. Yes. Thank you.
Helen is Helen Limited. Thank you. When it comes to distance relationship and, of course, marriage, the ups, the downs, the challenges. Thank you for being a part of the program. Thank you. All right, we're going to go on a very quick break. And our next guest, Anthony J, all the way from the UK, will be joining us on this very sensitive and important topic. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Back to the program Inside Today, and we're looking at long-distance relationship, the ups and the downs. And I am being joined by an individual all the way from the UK, no other person than Anthony J. And he, of course, he is a commercial and business expert. Mr. Anthony, are you here? Hello, Mr. Anthony. Have you joined?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for being a part of the program Inside Today.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Now, we're looking at a very sensitive issue. It's all about long-distance relationships when it comes to relationships and, of course, marriage. We're looking at the ups, we're looking at the downs. Now, what ways can trust be tested in a long-distance relationship or marriage?
All right. Thank you very much for the platform to share my idea. Personally, I've been in a couple of long-distance relationships. Now, when you talk about long-distance relationship, it comes with its own bumps and trial period. And one of the things that can cause them is trust issues. Number one, trust issues from both parties, and as well as transparency. Is the second thing that could be an issue during the long distance relationship. And the last but not the least is communication style. So, if, for example, where you have a partner that is shy, or where you have a partner that is not so open-minded to talk about everything, and is very selective with what they discuss with their partner in a long-distance relationship. So these are some of the things that might raise a red flag and might cause a bump along the line during a distance relationship.
Now, I want to look at this other sensitive question. How does the absence of shared daily experiences influence a connection between these two partners?
It could have a good and a bad result or impact on the partners, in the sense that the partner might not want to share some explicit scenarios that happen on their daily activities. For example, the partner might not want to share that he encountered somebody that made him laugh for 20 minutes because he doesn't want his partner to be jealous of it. So this can be an issue as well. One of the partner might not want to discuss to the other person that he went to see his very long time ex-friend, because there's the distance, you know. And whether you like it or not, it could be used in a way that can help the relationship grow, or that can help to make the relationship die very quickly. So if you do not have this whole daily communication of your day-to-day activities, what happen, that is one way it could affect it negatively. The positive way it could affect it is that you know your partner, you understand him, you know there are some sensitive things he doesn't like. So not really hiding it from him, but not bringing it to the daylight of his knowledge might help him to increase his trust. So for example, you know where you are with your partner in a relationship. So if you're at that point where you know that he's got some segment, or he's got some reservation on his trust towards you, you might not want to encourage the trust issues by not telling him some things, just because you're healing up or he's healing up at that period. So this is one good way it can help. The other example I can give you, that sometimes sharing day-to-day activities with your partner can help in a good way as well, is that not that you're not telling him everything, but you tend to understand that for example, I have a lady that was very, very busy. So I know that when I sit down and start talking about my day activity, she tends to get boring. So I start with some topic that interests her, and then I slot in a few of the things that I know that will pique her interest. So this way, she's back, she's energized, and I'm able to bring back her attention to the conversation. So yeah, these are the ways, good and bad way. It's just about understanding each other and knowing what applies for both of you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Anthony J. Quickly now, in a male point of view, what emotional challenges can arise from being in a long-distance relationship or marriage?
A lot of emotional challenges. For example, sexual challenges, emotional challenges could be it's the common one right now with our youth today, and with most marriages, people get married and then for some reasons or the other, they get transferred to another country, or they are being moved to another country. So that marriage tends to suffer a lot. So one of the things that could affect it is the sex, number one. Number two is the loneliness, emotional loneliness. Listen, as much as we want to be happy and spend good time with our partner, we don't want to be glued to our phones and forget that we also have a life, because you're only depending on the phone. So let's say, for example, you have a flat battery, you're in an area where you don't have reception, or you have a problem with your gadget. That means there won't be communication. So these things tends to cause loneliness. So the other way you can take care of these things most times is find time whenever you can to be with your partner physically. And when you are together, make very good use of it, so that you will have memories to talk about when you're not together. So it kills the loneliness. So for example, when you are together, if your partner is somebody that is sex oriented or that likes emotional romantic nights and all that, try as much as possible to give that to him or her when you guys eventually be together, so that it will be able to sustain her for the period of time you will be again away from him or her. Let's say, for example, in a marriage situation. So in as much as loneliness, sexual emotions, another one that could cause it is fear, fear, or what are my friends gonna say? I'm married, but I've not seen my partner for 6 months, for 8 months, for 2 months. So fear could also be one of the emotional disadvantage or limitations that people in a long-time relationship could encounter as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony J., for sharing your wealth of experience with us. And in all, just it's either yes or a no. Do you think long-distance relationship marriage can actually create a bond and work?
Yes, please. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I'm a living testimony to that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. J. Anthony. And of course, Mr. J. Anthony, he is a business and commercial expert all the way from the UK. Thank you so much for being a part of the program.
Pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the platform.
Thank you. In all, long-distance relationships can be hard, whether it's courtship or marriage. It takes two to make it work. It takes a lot of understanding to build and nurture that beautiful bond, relationship, or marriage. Thank you all for being a part of Insight today. I am Jumai Manson. Join me same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.